thought we played really well. Defensively, second half, I thought we were really, really strong. Did a good job. Turned them over in the first half, and this is the type of games we've been in, the whole year, and the end of the game, it comes down to shot making and guys stepping up, and X stepped up and gave us an exhilarating win. I'm just not sure if there were coaches or players that needed a win more today than us at any level of team sports in any sport. So.
Xavier, how difficult was that shot? You had a couple hands in your face, but you're kind of leaning a little bit.
The shot was very difficult. I tried to ride my man off. I wanted to get to the basket, but I couldn't really see it at the time, so I didn't want to run out of time. So I made a move, shifted to the left, and I just seen the rim open up, so I just shot it.
You guys called the timeout. You had the length of the court to go. Just talk about what the play was there.
Yeah, we wanted to X Xavier and Mike Powell, have TJ run the baseline, and get one of those guys with a head of steam, getting down the court, and obviously try and get in the lane. X thought he could really turn the corner. He buried himself a little bit. That's why I didn't want to talk in the locker room that much after the game, because that'll end up ruining it, right? He got buried a little bit on the sideline, which took away a little bit of the lane for him. You'd prefer at that point, obviously, to get some type of shot in the lane, maybe give yourself an offensive rebounding chance in case you miss it. But X has done that before. He's had to carry a heck of a load this year, offensively for us, and that's what top players do.
Xavier, you had a lot of shots like this. You had the one against George Washington that didn't drop. You had a big one against Gordon that didn't drop. How nice is it to finally have one go in and then get mobbed like that?
It feels good. It feels good. Our team, we just deserve it. We worked hard all week in practice. We had brutal film studies. We just worked hard. We deserve it. We've been in a slump, and we just deserve this win.
X, talk about your resiliency to take that, game-winning shot after missing the free throw, and your thoughts on taking that last second shot.
With the free throw I missed, I felt like I owed my team, and we came out of timeout. All the coaches gave me confidence. I had some confidence in myself, and I just shot the shot.
X, can you take us through your thought process as you're dribbling up the floor? Were you thinking that maybe you could try to get that step back like you did, or were you trying to take it to the basket, or just read and react?
It was mostly read and react, but I was trying to get to the basket initially, but I just seen the rim open up, so I just went for it.
Thanks. Not sure how familiar you are with this URID rivalry, but over the years it seems like every time the teams meet, it comes down to the line like this. For a first-time participant like yourself, how much fun is it to be in a game like this where it's almost expected and it comes down to the line?
It was definitely an exciting game. Just before I came in here, Nick was telling me about over the years how competitive this rivalry has been. And just feel good coming out on top, winning this game.
Coach, Xavier brings up Nicola. He had a very complete game, 13, 10, 7, a couple blocks. He's been incredibly inconsistent all season. How do you describe him playing such an all-around good game today?
Yeah, he played great, but he also too, when you're in the arena 2 hours before the game, and you see a guy dressed, and you see a guy out on the court earlier than he's been, before a lot of games, that he's locked in, and we wanted to go to him, and their ball screen coverages lended itself to him getting a lot of slips and pick and pops, and he just made a lot of plays, tough guy plays. It wasn't even so much the made shots; it was the rebounds and passed the ball well, and he played the way we need seniors to play when when you're bridging the gap to becoming a good program. That first year or two, you really need the returning guys. You need a couple of them to buy in at the highest level and produce. If you don't get that production, it's going to be hard to win.
New season high in assists today, Coach. As a team, just talk about the way you shared it.
I mean, this is reminiscent, I think the way we practice. It's hard to be a high assist team when you struggle to make shots. I thought we had good spacing. I just thought everyone's intent, we had great focus. And I just feel like we're comfortable. We're comfortable in the games that are close because every game, minus maybe 3 or 4 this year, have been last 2 or 3 minutes. You know, could go either way. You know, come at this game, we figured there were 11 or 12 games that we potentially could have won if things were different the last 3 minutes.
For Coach or X, was there a here we go again moment when Dillard buried that 3?
Not for me. You know, I'm in my own world while the game's going on. You know, and focused on the next possession, and that's what we talk to our guys about. The next possession. At this level, these guys make these types of shots. You're playing against talented people, and you know, in a perfect world, there, you know, we would like to have fouled. And obviously, after the free throw was missed there, we had a hard time communicating at the moment. Max, did you think we were going to lose?
I felt like here we go again. I felt that moment. But we just been working so hard, so we deserve it. Our confidence grew. We just deserve it. We worked so hard. Practice, film study, everything. So it's good for us. I feel good, I think.
Can you talk about the 2 freshman big men, both with the way they played tonight and the way they're coming on?
Yeah, they played great. And Jordan, you know, he wasn't, I don't even know if you could call it a game time decision as much as right before the ball was tipped up decision on whether he could even play, you know, with his back. And yeah, him and Mike were great, and you know, against some really physical, talented, athletic, long front court guys. You know, they're growing up and getting better. You know, that's just exciting for this year. Obviously, for the last 6 years, trying to find a way to get a couple more, and then obviously for the future, they're guys that you know are going to be productive Atlantic 10 players if they keep working.
There's such different players. Talk about Jordan's athleticism and Mike, something slow. Being left-handed sometimes helps a bit.
Yeah. You know, Jordan still learning the game. You know, he's a long kid that you know that can jump, and you know he's got a lot to learn about you know the intricacies of playing the game at both ends, and you know, but he brings things with shot blocking and finishing above the rim that you can't teach. You know, and he obviously has got great upside. And Mike, you know, they complement each other because Mike comes in and he's a bruiser and he's you know, he plays like his, you know, his hair's on fire around the basket and he's physical and, you know, they give you 2 different looks. And Mike's the one guy that we can actually throw the ball in the post to at times, which is, you know, something that, you know, that we don't really have an abundance of.
Last one.
Much better start to the second half tonight, Coach. You spoke about that a little bit the other night. What was the change in the routine?
We played better. You know, we did the same things. You know, we talk about it every game. You know, teams, you know, at this level, with the level of players you're playing against and the coaches you're playing against, we gave up a deflating basket to start the half, and that was signaling the you know, the back screen to Dillard. You know, that could have been one of those here we go again, bad second half start, but you know, we responded, and you know, as we get better, you know, we'll be able to sustain good play, whether it's the start of the second half, start of the first half. I just think that, you know, we're not a great team, so we're going to have bad stretches at times, and we just have to learn to fight through it, and we got to tighten up on defense when we're struggling offensively.